Hello, good evening, and turn on this music. Check the audio levels. Plus it's really loud in my ears already, so it's probably very loud for you guys. Alright. So here's our entrance from the last stream. I have, I don't even know how to say your name correctly. T-Rock? I guess. T-Rock 31.
I just call him Troch.
Troch. 31. Like my channel, and Wilda222 with me in the server right now. We are in the PJB AMM 1 server. So if you want to join us, you have to join our Discord. Which Peter will probably put a link to somewhere, or it's at the bottom of our page, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the bottom of our page there is a link to our Discord server. You can join, read the rules, to tell one of the admins or Peter that you agree to the rules of the server, and he will give you a role where you'll be able to see a channel that has all the links to our private server, so you can play with us at any time, especially during streams. The people who are in the stream with me now, told them that they need to not be in there the whole time. That way everybody has a chance to get in there. And today we'll be building a parking lot and finishing the rest of this entrance that I have down here at the bottom, because we have these ticket booths, but we don't have the actual entrance because this isn't really like in most realistic parks, like you'll have something like this where you can go in, but back behind, like this is more like an entrance for like if people print out, you know, their tickets beforehand, they can just walk. Front here, I want to build a parking lot, and I don't want to make it too big because I kind of want to leave these side places open a little bit, but I could at the same time. What's the matter?
It says the stream's online.
Huh?
Yeah, the stream just went offline for a bit.
Oh. The back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Twitch officially stopped and started again and made it into a video already, so that's gonna be fun for later.
Lovely. You know, what I was saying was this front part, I'm gonna make it a parking lot, but I don't want like a massive parking lot, because I kind of want to build like on this, I want to have the space open on the sides here a little bit, but I also want to build like a backstage area for like the workers, so like a place where like the delivery trucks come in, maybe just like some props sitting around on the ground and stuff, so it looks semi-realistic. Also, I had a couple of requests that I show mini Disneyland on stream and go a little walkthrough through it, so at the end of the stream I will do that, so I have to keep my eye on the time so I don't run out of time to, but we still have time to do that at the end of this. Okay. Start building ourselves a parking lot. Thing we gotta do, take this out because gotta put primitives down here. So it all looks like concrete. Also this week, I noticed a bunch of people making parking lots and had the handicap signs. And I don't know if that's because of my stream or because it's just something everybody does with their parking lots, but for some reason I saw that a lot this week. A little bit laggy for some reason.
Yeah, so is the stream too.
Like very laggy?
Well, the dashboard is giving warnings for some things.
I haven't gotten any warnings over here for anything.
Not by any chance my Steam's downloading anything, is it?
Doesn't look.
Just right click and close it completely. Make sure.
Press the X and close it, or?
Right click on the
Okay. Also, like I was saying, I saw a bunch of people that had the handicap parking spots, and then I saw somebody make a good point about the parking spots, that like if they are handicap parking spots, they always have the little extra space on the side for the people to get in and out of their cars. So we gotta add those to our...
Seriously doing some major dropping. Like, it's basically like 3 FPS sometimes.
Wow.
I don't understand why.
Stream problems, yay! Is our internet being slow? I'm just like looking at my lag here real quick. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is there. Should be wide. Wilda says that the game is laggy, but my voice is not.
Well, that's because the video gets sent over 2K bitrate and audio only goes over 100 bitrate. The audio doesn't need as much, like, data per second. You know, like, literally the bitrate dropped, like, below 1,000 now.
Streams are always so strange, because some days they'll work great, and some days they will not. And it's hard to tell why. So, like... Cars. They're only one block wide. For example, if we have a car parked here, You make this a parking spot. If this was a handicap parking spot, which sadly I can't like can't really like make like the lines for the space. This is the problem making the space next to the handicap cars, because you can't really unless maybe someone has ever made decal with white diagonal lines on it. Because that would work.
I think someone has that.
Put that next to it. Ugh, I hate that you can't see the front lights. This to make this. That's that little bump in front of a parking spot. Okay, time to look. Oh, let's see if there is a decal that it is some white lines that are transparent. Just put in white lines and see what comes up. I spelled diagonal. I know that word always confuses me because it has. There we go. It's not just diagonal, is it? Oh, that would help if that was spelled correctly. Ah ha ha ha. There's the word. I spell checking. Okay, let's see. Put in that, what comes up. Well, there's this. Which is eh. I might have to look on the website itself, because sometimes you get a better search that way than if you didn't system. Let's see, let's go on box. You guys can't see what I'm doing, so sorry. Looking on Roblox decals real quick in the library, because you get a better search that way. Like, his system is very good if you just wanted to use something really quick, but if you're really looking for something specific, always just go on the website. because otherwise you'll just be sitting there looking through a lot of things. I think I should take out the word lines because put in diagonal. That got me the thing I have now. Only 2 pages of stuff. Well, this seems to be the only one that is currently here. Which actually gives me kind of an idea, kind of. Since it is a parking lot. And instead of keeping this gray, make them black. To kind of separate the parking lot from the walkways. Transparency on so that it loses that white line there. There we go. I don't remember who it was, but somebody had some really good a handicap sign. You wanna check something real quick? What were you gonna check? Okay. Stream problems. Okay, so...
It's like always a nice thing about streaming. It's like one day it works, then doing the same exact thing the next day does not work.
No.
Suddenly have to change a setting that wasn't necessary last time. Always nice.
I like this song too. And I put that there because this is actually the very first time I'm actually building a parking lot in this game because I never have before. There we go, there's some nice handicap spots. I give these cars some color. Not that somebody wouldn't have a gray car. That's just boring. Purple car. Make this one lime green. Well, I know Twan had. I will make a PJBMM truck, but not the cars. I know Twan had a handicap sign, but somebody else did too, and it was. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make the post. I could go to other. This is... Then I have to move that thing because this thing has a bottom. could be like literally right in front of the car. I deleted the car. That.
And the ID I just sent you, I'm not sure if that's the one, but...
In Discord?
Mm-hmm. Not sure if that's the right one, but...
Hold on, I gotta make... I'm gonna... Can't remember who had that, but I'm...
Well, it's the one I just sent you.
No, I know, but... I wanted to give them credit because I saw them do it first. I just can't remember who it was now.
Well, that's why I'm trying to get you to try if that's the right one.
Okay,
if
let
that
me
is the
grab
right one, then I can tell you who it was.
Okay, let me grab a decal here.
The whole problem is it's one color and the rest is like see-through, so on the website it just shows as a complete white thing, so you can't see what the actual decal is on there.
I hate whenever Roblox does that to transparent images.
Too transparent, of course.
Oh, those are the white lines.
Yeah, no, set it to transparent mode.
Oh, those are nicer. Much
Yeah.
nicer than the black things.
Okay, so that is the right one. That one was from 1700s.
1700. Thank you, 1700.
We figure out who it was that had the
Handicap.
handicap sign, because I also know that someone had that. That's basically what I do right now. It's like my job is to keep an eye on the stream, the chat, making sure that everything's working properly, which it isn't right now with the stream still kind of laggy, and all that while in the background trying to find things.
Trying to basically make sure that everything runs smoothly. That's your job.
Kind of scrolling up trying to find.
Ooh, that actually looks really good, especially with like the black. Now those look more like handicap spots. The other one kind of looked more like a loading zone. A handicap spot.
Also, hello to all the new people joining.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're making a parking lot currently.
And if you're experiencing problems with the stream being slow, that isn't your computer. It's being slow for some reason right now. Even though the settings were perfectly fine last time, of course now they aren't.
Always. I saw somebody very I don't remember if it was on Twitter or where it was. I really need to remember when people do things and write down their names because I'm really bad at it. I saw somebody use these on their road, and I thought that was a very good idea because then it gives you those. So whoever that was on Twitter, thank you. It looks super good. Maybe I saw it in a Discord chat. I don't remember where it was. I really need to write down people's names so that I make sure that I give them credit. Yeah, I don't know where I saw that at. Somebody did that. And I was like, wow, that's really smart. So just so you know, that's not my idea. So I'm not claiming it whatsoever. I took that from someone else. Something that they posted somewhere, I don't know where. I almost feel though that I used wood over here and I shouldn't have because I'm using brick right there and that's gonna annoy me. So I don't think it really matters. Doesn't look bad. Build some more parking lot. Cute. I'm just not used to Peter's mouse or something, or just giving me problems over here.
That mouse sometimes glitches out. Maybe a nice and colorful mouse, but it's not the best in actually following what you're trying to do.
Well, this is that the stream is really laggy and my sound now is too. This is like the first time I ever built a parking lot. Kind of awkward. It's like I'm building something I never built before. I still need to put handicap signs over here. Wilda is leaving, so somebody else wants to join. Chance. My only problem with putting handicap signs here is that the cars are literally right there, so if I use a decal, I literally have to be here in order for it to work. Work there, because the car's in the way. Caps lock is on. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. What favor do you want from me? Put in handicapped and up when I did that. So I guess that means it's not there under there. If I just put in parking. Like my channel, what is the favor you want of me? I probably have to go through online again to find that because I have it under there as.
Can't seem to find the person that had that sign. The only one I could find was the one from Twan, but that's not the one that that other person had, and that person that had it does not have it in their inventory. I'll just go through a regular catalog, I guess.
I don't know what song that is off the top of my head.
Aurora.
The one that says, he says, I would like to hear the song where they say radiate or something with a hard bass.
No idea what that is.
Me neither. I can't think of what that one is.
Like, we just play the songs, we don't actually look at what
It's
they
just,
are.
it's just in the playlist for no copyright sounds, so I don't know. Okay, mouse. Stop freaking out. Okay, the color. But like the cars right next to each other looks kind of bad. I think I should put something more in between here than just that. I don't know of a song named Radioactive on NCS. And trust me, I know most of them because I use them in my videos. Just don't really, like, listen to them that much to know, like, exactly which song that is that says that.
Send you an ID from a parking sign from a random person in the catalog because I cannot find any better.
Let me try that one.
The best one I could find, so.
Hold up the wrong thing.
Probably would fit best on a rectangular sign.
The little rectangle sign? Like the one with the frame around it?
No, just a rectangle on a square.
Oh, you mean the long rectangle?
Yeah, the wide one. Oh, never mind. It fits better on a long rectangle. I don't even think that's a thing. Just try the other one, I guess.
I would almost put this like on one with the frame. That's too massive.
Yeah.
Ugh. Lag made me delete a path. Okay. Let's see, where's the... Like, that looks good. Just gotta figure out a hole, which I saw someone... I saw someone using a light as a hole. But I think this is a little high for that. Does it look kind of weird on the back? Okay, see you later, like my channel.
I like how Roach was counting down on, like, trying to stand in frame. Counting down till when he was leaving. It's like you do realize that there's like a 22-second delay between what is being done and being shown, right? Like, between what is actually being done and what is being shown to people, there's a 22-second delay right now. Usually it's 12, but right now, because the stream is being weird, it's 22.
You know what frustrates me the most is, like, it would be cool to use this, but you don't just have the one pole. Double this. It would almost be like whew, that was some lag right there. Like, does that look weird?
A little bit, but the alternative.
I don't know, cause like, hey DJ, and Custard. Because this only goes on the corners. That thing. This thing is in the center. Coffin. That thing's too short. Even if you did want to use this. Now Custard's dancing on the purple car. Or this seems like the best idea is to use these. I mean, it doesn't look too bad.
I would really like to be able to find out why the stream is being so extremely laggy today when it was completely fine last time.
Do you want to just stop for 1 second so you can check those settings real quick?
Yeah, I almost feel like doing that because this is almost unbearable. It's like the stream is usually like running like it has moments of 30 FPS, but it also has moments of like 12 FPS, which is really just annoying.
Well, give us 1 second, guys, while Peter checks the settings real quick to see if we can fix the stream. Or anything, but let's see. And I need some water, so give me 1 sec. Much better. I was like seriously thirsty. I'm thinking that instead of making poles with signs of hanging from them, I should be like building some kind of wall, maybe with a sign on it.
Well, I just tried, didn't do anything. Looks almost like it made it worse.
Think it made it worse?
Yeah, frame rate's now back to 9.
Do you think it's like the Dutch server? Maybe I should change it to one of the other ones?
Yeah. 1 sec again, gonna change the setting again.
Hold on, we're gonna try and make this better. I'm gonna upload this tomorrow because it's gonna be in all these separate little videos. That's fine. Oh, oops. Deleted a path. Okay, I feel like this should be a wall more than just... And like I could actually like... It doesn't really need to be too wide here. So I can make like a cute little planter. I mean, I am gonna lose the front of the cars, but I don't really need them. I mean, that person's parked up right on the edge there. For walls. Like I want to make it the color that this thing is. Put this little wall on the top. So for the handicap spots, Go. I'm kind of liking that. I feel like the whole back part should be this. Put a higher wall in the back. Ah. Looks pretty good. I like it better than those fences. How's the stream doing?
Average.
Average?
Yeah. Still flickering between 30 and 16, which is weird. It's like the delay is a lot lower. The delay right now is 7 seconds instead of 22 seconds, so at least that's better, but quality is still debatable.
Following that theme I've made. Sorry, I'm like being really quiet this time because I'm thinking. Can't be quiet, it's a stream, I need to talk.
Can't help you there.
No.
I'm not a talkative person in the first place. I'm especially not talking much right now because I'm just trying to figure out why
what's going on with the stream. I don't know exactly how big I want to make this parking lot at the moment. I mean, I think I just need to work on this little section in front of the entrance, and if eventually I want to make it wider, do that, but at the moment I'm just gonna focus on this little section. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do on the sides here, what fences I want to make, and I can't really make a decision about that, about the length of this parking lot, until I figure that out first. But I do feel like this should be bigger than one. Because if this is a double lane, then this should be at least too wide over here. So I feel like at least...
I mean, you don't really need a two-lane system. A lot of parking lots just use a one-way system with a one line.
True. I just like using this line. These things. It's gonna look so... Like, I like how that looks. No, the parking lot is not on fire. grass at the moment. If I wanna, I don't wanna make this. Here. Somebody does a pink car. A bright yellow car. Very full parking lot, which looks weird, so I'm going to delete this one. This one, so it looks a little more realistic. What trees? Those. Either that or I could put flowers there.
Now it's back, but game anymore now because the
no,
whole thing
now I can't get back in that server because everybody was trying to get in that server.
I don't know. I almost feel like just cancel today's stream because it's obviously not gonna work. Just something with the internet again. It's like that's the fun of living in a house with unstable internet.
What house are you gonna live in that has stable internet?
Not this one.
Who has stable internet? Well, then I'll just go into, I'm just gonna go into server 3. I'm streaming right now, so they can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna go into server 3 and I'm gonna open up, mini Disneyland then.
I want to close that picture in the bottom left of the screen then.
Oh yeah, how do I do that?
Just disable it.
This one, right?
Yeah.
The top one? Yeah, there you go. Woo! Right now, mini Disneyland is at 1.95 megabytes. Then says, no one has reached the limit yet.
No, he hasn't. He said not many.
He said none.
He said not many people have.
Oh. Well, he said no one had. Now we're gonna sit here and wait for a good 10 minutes while mini Disneyland loads.
I hope the stream survives that.
Mm-hmm. DJ's doing the new Baron for Efteling. That's cool. Sadly, I can't control the time in this server because it's not my server.
Yeah, and I can't get in because it's already full.
Mm-hmm. So how many people watched Most Wanted stream of Build Battle? I thought it was pretty interesting watching Build Battle from the contestant's perspective, as I'm never a contestant, so. This park takes so long to load. It's one reason why, like, trying to make videos of it is always a pain, because first I have to go into a server, and then I have to wait for it to load, and then I have to record all this stuff, and I get interrupted and have to stop and come back, and it's just getting very big. As you can see from the megabyte size, like, I really don't know if I'm going to be able to fill up the 2 gigantic holes that are still in it. Because it's just like somebody's left a comment on one of my mini Disneyland videos, the mini Disneyland video from yesterday or this morning. They were like, oh, like this comment if you think she made her park too detailed. I was like, is that a problem? Like, the only problem it's giving me right now is the fact that I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it because of the size of it. How's the stream doing? Still crappy?
Okay now.
Well, mini Disneyland loaded, so we're gonna walk through this. Always best in first person. I'm actually even going to close everything, so sorry guys. Since I'm doing a walkthrough, I'm gonna close everything. Do a walkthrough. It's like it says in the sign, this park is best viewed in first person. So you can actually tell, like, when you go through each attraction as I built it, and you will see, like, the level of my skills going up and up and up and up, and the level of detail going up and up. Because I first started with this entrance, you know, it's pretty basic actually. If you look at it, I mean, I was just trying to make a pretty basic recreation of the entrance for Disneyland, which is hard because they have such tiny details in everything they do. But I was just trying to keep it simple. And I couldn't obviously make a Mickey Mouse out of flowers, so I put the large Mickey Mouse decals, which is just like the most wanted decal out of all the decals that I have. I have so many people ask for it all the time. And one reason it's hard to find it in my inventory is because Roblox does not like you to chop up pictures. And so a lot of them got blocked. And a lot of them did not work. So you have to, like, sit there and really search to find each individual piece. And I will actually I'm going to redo this train station, hopefully, if I can, a tiny bit. And after I redo it, I will be doing a whole tutorial on this section, since this is the most wanted tutorial. Here is the big front of Disneyland. So I'll be doing that for a tutorial. And I will be posting the decals for this Mickey Mouse head. These 2 signs here in the front are something that I added later. It wasn't in the original thing because I thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, they have these signs in the front, and it says, "Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy." When Walt Disney made Disneyland. His whole idea was that the entrance itself was supposed to be like a movie. The whole park is supposed to be like you're in a movie, and that you get to choose the adventure that you want to choose. You can either choose the world of yesterday, so that's like Adventureland or New Orleans Square or Frontierland, or you can choose the land of tomorrow, which is Tomorrowland, and the land of fantasy, which is Fantasyland. And that was his whole idea. And then when you walk through here, these are like the trailers. So like, this is what's going to be coming soon to you, because you get to choose these adventures later on in your day, but it's the beginning of the day, so it's like giving a trailer of what's to come. So he would always have posters of like attractions in the first tunnel that you go into. And if you've ever been to Disneyland, the most amazing experience is that you come from this really busy, crazy entrance. You literally walk through this tunnel and come out the other side, and all of a sudden you are just transported into another place. And there's music playing, and you can't even hear all this chaos that's happening. It's like that tunnel just all of a sudden blocks everything out, and you're in the beginning of the movie now. Main Street, his idea of Main Street was obviously it was designed after his hometown in Missouri. And so there's a town hall. There's really actually a lot of, the firehouse is supposed to be here. I've had people asking me, why didn't you make the firehouse? Well, I didn't have space. It's very limited in space, and I should have made it because that's where his apartment is. But I did put the town hall, the Emporium here. I put the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln over here, which this is just a facade. You can't go into this at all. But because this is Theme Park Tycoon, and I didn't, you can really get the people stuck in paths. I had to make secret entrances to the lands that are actually not there. Like right here, there's an entrance to Tomorrowland, which doesn't actually exist in the real park. But if I didn't make this little pathway here, they would just got stuck. Because they can't pathfind that easily. And if you come over here, you can see them coming out. And this is the reason why this is so busy, is because of the pathfinding AI. Come here, this sends you to where Pirates and the exit for Haunted Mansion is. But I had to make those because of the pathfinding. It doesn't actually exist in the park. And in the actual park, Main Street is supposed to be like the opening credits. And in the windows in the actual park are the names of Imagineers and contractors and people that have actually helped make the park. So it's like the opening credits to your day of adventure. But I built the magic shop here, the Disney Emporium, the Penny Arcade, the cinema. Just tried to keep the most iconic things, and I always loved the cinema. It's a great place to go in the middle of the day when it's very busy or hot. And I put Esmeralda here in the front of the Penny Arcade because it's very iconic. In the magic shop, I just kind of threw some props in there to be funny. And obviously there's lots of stalls. In the Emporiums, I tried to add one of my favorite things about the Emporium, how they have their little setups that feature like movies or attractions in the park, and I just put some decals in there to try to make a nod towards the Emporium windows, because it's like one of the best parts of the Emporium is their window displays. And then I just have a bunch of stalls in here. I also have a bunch of stalls in Town Hall itself. And train station. Which I'm gonna change this eventually because I have some ideas how to make this better, but Currently can't ride the train at the moment. It's not connected. But I did put some pictures of Walt Disney and the EP Ripley in here. This one doesn't work. I still need to fix that one. Put some pictures in here of him with the train. Roblox had fun blocking some of them because he looked too young in the picture. They're like, oh, it's a real person. It's like, no. Well, it is a real person, but I mean, like, they only let you upload, famous people. And then they're like, oh, that's not a famous person. It's Walt Disney! Over here I have the corner cafe. I just stalls in as well. And I have the Photo Supply Co. Just some stalls and some old pictures of Disneyland with the old monorail. The old aerial view. Disneyland. One of my favorite rides whenever I was a kid is the gondola ride. They don't have no more. And then building the Matterhorn. And the old Disneyland entrance. And then I have Walt and Mickey right here. Just like they are. And the castle that I recently redid. Which I think it looks a lot nicer now that Den added all those round primitives. And the new roofs. Looks great. The other one was very square. And there's my Adventureland entrance. I have nothing in Adventureland right now, so it's still closed because Indiana Jones is next. Hopefully, if I have space. And I put the Dole here because it's very iconic to Adventureland. Everybody loves their Dole whips. Something I added to the castle when I redid it was Snow White's grotto. That wasn't there before, and that was always my favorite place to go as a kid. I used to go over there and wish in her well and listen to her sing. And then I redid the Tomorrowland entrance. So we're gonna start where I first started. Which is in Fantasyland, which the whole entrance to that has actually changed now. So I'm actually gonna go over here. Because I don't have much of an entrance for that. I'm just gonna take the pathfinding entrance. This was the first thing. See, this is all closed off over here. First thing I built was Peter Pan's flight. I'm gonna ride that one first. Which is very realistic how long this line is. Peter Pan's flight always has a long line. And this one is an inverted coaster, so I have to wait for the other coaster to come back before it takes off. And over there I just have a painting of London. Which I think in the real Peter Pan's flight in Disneyland is just like a picture of Neverland there or something, but I'm not exactly sure. How's the stream doing? Eh.
Average.
I hear it coming up. There we go. always hate how you get stuck on the top of inverted coasters. I even have a ride operator. Anyway, that was the first one that I ever built, was Peter Pan's Flight. Then right after Peter Pan's Flight, I built the Matterhorn, which is a ride that you can only find in Disneyland in California. It isn't in any of the other Disney parks, so a lot of people did not know what it was when I was making it. A lot of people have only ever been to either Disneyland Paris or Disney World. They always seem to think for some reason that I'm building Disney World or Disneyland Paris, but they never realize that I'm building Disneyland in California for some reason. Which I wish that I could play the ride music in here, but I would get copyrighted. Because I love the Matterhorn music. As you can tell, I'm not the best coaster builder. Coasters are not the best. Let's see, after Matterhorn, I believe I built Space Mountain. Next one. Walk this way to Tomorrowland. And Tomorrowland can get very confusing because it's all underground mostly. So it says to Space Mountain this way, and here we go. There's Space Mountain right there. Walk down to the spaceport. How many people do we have in the stream right now?
14.
I have a ride operator there. I'm gonna actually skip the train that I have part of the train built, and I'm also gonna skip the monorail because I want to focus more on the detailed rides that I've made. Those ones are just not that detailed. So we're gonna head over to Splash Mountain, which I think was the next detailed ride I made. There's the entrance. Let's go ride her. Her. It. You're making weird faces at me. Need a log. Hey, Mia, need a log. There's a log. These next three attractions, probably the most detailed rides in the whole park. And they're my three favorites. Spent a lot of time working. And like, Splash Mountain's track was the most annoying because it's hard to like add detail whenever you're making such a compact track. Like, okay, I'm making this track, but I still need space to put scenery. My attempt at making a steamboat, tiny steamboat. Not a steamboat. What do you call those boats that have the big paddles on the back?
Paddle boat.
Are they paddle boats? Big ones? I think so. Not sure.
Still making notification noises even though I thought I turned it off.
It was making notifications from your email.
Thought I turned that off. Oh well. No alarm to people. That wasn't your email, that was ours.
I'm gonna change this song real quick. Okay, so after Splash Mountain was Haunted Mansion. I had the most painful time trying to upload these pictures because they did not like the original ones from the Haunted Mansion because of this one right here in the underwear. So I had to use Goofy and Mickey ones. The real attraction, that's an elevator, but then you end up in a room that looks very much like this. I was very shocked when I built this ride how close I got to feeling like it looked like the actual ride. Look. A doom buggy for us. Yep, this ride set on testing, or... Oh, I don't actually. Oh, I did. That was interesting, because I actually want to see how long it takes for somebody to actually make their way all the way through that long queue.
Well, in that case, anyone have anything interesting to say for the next 20 minutes?
Yeah. Because I always have to turn this thing on testing, and I'm wondering how many people actually come down here when it's not on testing mode. Oh, like there's a person right there. So actually, it's not that long of a wait. That's like the longest queue in the whole park. There we go. There's a creepy person down that hallway. Also, thank you Halloween Disney for giving me that Madame Leota head. Because the one I had before is not as good as that one. Ballroom. Experiencing lag.
Stream is not really enjoying that ride either. No. Like,
This ride is like
along.
so detailed with, and it has so many smoke machines in it. I am not surprised. See, like, all of a sudden, like a big lag. There's a smoke machine there.
Well, the stream program cares more about the fact that it's dark, so there's a lot of changing colors, so...
yeah. It's very dark.
Like, yeah. The color encryption gets, like... Yeah.
Beware of hitchhiking ghosts. Fun fact, that was the very first rider, Lucille. Picture. And also this emergency exit is real. Fake. So if you're over here at the beginning of the ride and you're like, oh, I don't think I'm too scared to ride it, there's an exit for you. Be sure to bring your death certificate. Alright, so after Haunted Mansion was Pirates. Which I love this little courtyard I made. It reminds me very much of the actual ride. Come in, there's the parrot. Treasure. A log. Oop, I'm in the back. I don't want to be in the back. The only thing that makes me really sad about this version of Pirates is that I couldn't make a Blue Bayou part very big. There's just one little house. Doesn't need to be big. It's not the important part. Probably not gonna like this ride either because it is very dark and colorful as well.
Color encoding is a computer's biggest nightmare.
It's fun because Den made all those skeletons, but I needed a skeleton that stood up. So I had to buy the skeleton body. Like I didn't have enough skeletons. It's funny because in the game, like there's like you're right under the entrance here, and at the entrance you get the people talking noise. So whenever you're riding this and the music is not on, like all you hear is people talking at that point because you're at the front of the park. I also love the way that this town turned out. It looks so awesome. Sometimes I really surprise myself. Like, I have an idea, and I'm like, God, I have no idea how I'm gonna do that, or like I'm using a concept like Disneyland is also very intimidating because it's very well known, and I'm like, well, how am I gonna get it to look like the ride even a little bit? And then I shock myself by making something that actually resembles the ride. I'm like, well, that worked out. Like, I may not be able to put every single little detail, which is one reason why this is called Mini Disneyland. But, like, all my rides feel very much like the attractions. Still think Haunted Mansion is my favorite. Favorite one I built was definitely Haunted Mansion. Like, I like Pirates, but Haunted Mansion is really good. Aubrey, you scared me. All of a sudden there was a face. There's a line. It was line. Surprised there even is a line since it's basically two log flumes right next to each other. Because Splash Mountain's right next door and they're both log flumes. Okay, right after Pirates, I built Big Thunder, which I will just ride through that quickly. Not entirely finished yet. Close. It only needs a lot of terrain work, which is very tedious. The only problem I have with Big Thunder is like, yeah, it looks really nice, but it's driving me crazy because I don't like doing terrain work. That's like 90% of what this ride is. Ugh, it's not liking that. This track layout is pretty close to the actual one, just a very miniature version, and the fact that The other version is a little bit more spread out, and I had to put this in a tiny space, so a lot of it's underground, when in the real ride it's not. Still think this is probably the smoothest coaster I've ever built. I need to make this so it's flat and not banked right there. No reason for it to be banked when you already stopped. Did a bunch of terrain work for people who pay attention to my videos and saw the few details that have been added today. Just very few. And that's pretty much it. And then Indiana Jones is gonna go here. Probably gonna build something here and then Fantasyland there, if possible, because I am running out of space, storage space. So I'm hoping I can fill up these two gigantic holes. Hoping. Hope the people that have been begging me to see Mini Disneyland enjoyed that. But I think I'm gonna end the stream here because we're having such troubles today. Maybe next week we can have a much better time working on the other park and not have the stream fall out on us every 5 minutes or be very slow and laggy. So I'm gonna say goodnight right here. Well, let me check the... Okay. I'm gonna say goodnight. I see Custard moving very slow right there. Slow, he's moving. He wants me to come see Baron real quick. Okay, I'll do that real fast. Wrong way. See Python. We're on the... Custard. How am I supposed to get through here? He blocked everything off. Alright. There's a... You can tell Custer is rearranging everything here. But he's just flipping Baron the other way. Moving this gigantic building he built. Fell in a hole. Dun, dun. I fell in a hole. I tried to jump, but it didn't work. Looks good so far, though. Just flipping it the other way. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here.
Lightning tanking right now, like 5 frames per second at all at best.
Okay, maybe next week we'll have better luck and can work on the other park, but I'm gonna say goodbye. So good night, everyone. You guys have a nice night, and make sure to come and check out the stream next Friday, then hopefully it'll be acting much better. So next Friday at 8 p.m. GMT +1, which is Amsterdam time. Okay? Good night.